Alright, today we're going to change out this double V-belt pulley back here. That's got, you can see that this is a keyed shaft, and the plastic key on this has failed. So we can turn this pulley, but we're not turning this back here. So we need to get this pulley off first. There should be a snap ring here that locks it in, but that has been removed already, and you can see that the covers have already been removed. So before we start pulling this, you got to take off the distributor motor belt, which has already been done, and we got to relieve the tension on these V-belts, and that's going to be done on the side right here. You've got two 17 millimeters on the inside. There's your nuts that hold it, so we're going to unlock those, and then we're going to use 13s or A13 to lower this unit as far as we can to get the tension off of the double V-belt pulley. So we're going to start by doing that, releasing the tension. I'm going to put this up here. I don't know how good of a view you're going to have, but I'll get my 17s. Remember it being a little tricky to get up in here. The socket would have probably been easier, but get it down. Alright, first one is loose. Wow, that's tight. Need a breaker bar for that. Wow. Okay, so we've got the two bolts loose. Borrow this. Take us over to the 13 adjustment. We're just gonna loosen this, and now we should be able to drop this assembly down. I'm gonna take this down as far as I can. Get a little focus there. I think there's something that physically stops this from going. Yeah, the slots stop it at some point, but all the way down. All right, now it's on this little bracket. It can't go any further down. And now I'm gonna get some brute force to pull this pulley. I'm going to get this set up real quick. Alright, so now I've got this puller wrapped. It's right on the back side of this pulley. With the drive obviously locked right onto the center. There's a little circle there that helps hold this in place. Now we're just going to shed this right off here. Nice and easy. Ta-da! Be sure not to lose your key. That goes into that pulley. Put that in the trough. There's a little washer here. And now we can just slide this right off with the belts included. And here's the broken piece of plastic that used to be the key. There's a lot of built up dirt and crud in here. I'm going to clean this all out. I think this bearing is pretty bad. Wonder if I have a spare of that. I gotta see what size it is. All right. So that's how you take it off, obviously. So I'm just gonna clean up this shaft. I'm gonna see if I can't find a bearing for this and replace it if I can, because there's some dry sound and rust all on this shaft. That brown reddish dust is rust from the bearing. All right, I do not have a spare bearing for this shaft, so I am going to order one. But for now, I'm just going to put this back on here. I think I got these belts down here jacked up. Sure did. There's a really large double pulley at the bottom that these belts go on to. And I think, for some reason, I remember it being easier to try to get these belts on here, on the pulley. And I think I remember it being a huge pain, but I'm going to try. Maybe I did only one. But for whatever reason, it's really hard to get these things on here. Even though the tension has already been released. But once you get the pulley on there, it's almost impossible. On this other pulley, I'm gonna try to feed this on here, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Ew. Yeah. See, I remember this from the one time I've done this before. It was easier, or in the long run, I wouldn't say it was easier, but in the long run, I ended up just manhandling these guys on here. I got these things fucked up again. What the fuck? What's going on? Switch. Get your booty cheeks. There you go. Struggle City, man. Okay, so what I ended up doing was putting only the farthest one onto the pulley. I put the back one just over the shaft. And I'm going to hope that from this point I can feed this second belt on here when I turn this pulley. Hell yeah, okay. Hell yeah, boys. We are rocking and rolling now. Bam, we're gonna put this bitch back on. Let's try to line up these holes a little bit. I think I may have gotten a little overzealous there. Now, I have to turn this. So I'll just hold the belt. If I hold the two belts, then I can turn this. It will allow me to start getting this key in here. I don't really have a hammer, but somebody brought me a screwdriver. Alright, so the key's in. Belts are in. New pulley's in. I can turn this. And, well, as of right now, the things aren't turning because there's not enough tension on these belts. But when I turn this unit back here is turning like it's supposed to. So now we just got to put everything back together. Well, unfortunately, I kind of forgot about the washer that goes in between these two things. So now I got to pull this off. So yeah, just to clarify, it goes pulley, washer, pulley. Don't make the same mistake that I did. I gotta go find the key now.